I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. Couple minutes on the score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Welcome to Sunday afternoon on the British Basketball League. We have 2 games today, part of Week 5's 8-game long weekend of hoops. And first up, it's a case of my new house is better than yours as the Sheffield Sharks roll out the red carpet for their second game in their new arena. And tonight they welcome fellow new homeowners, the Caledonia Gladiators, who are coming off a 2-game winning streak. So here with a houseplant and some freshly baked cookies, Dan Routledge and Azania Stewart.
Thank you very much, Jeanette. Yes, welcome to the Cannon Medical Arena. It is Sheffield Sharks against Caledonia Gladiators in the British Basketball League. Azania, I hope you bake the cookies, because I'm more a chili guy than cookies. I wouldn't want to inflict that on anybody. Let's take a look at the starting fives for tonight's game, starting with the Sheffield Sharks, and Kipper Nichols into the starting lineup for only his second start of the season since returning to Sheffield. Bennett Cook is the option at centre. They will obviously rely heavily on the offensive output of their backcourt, Ramsey and Pipkins at the other end of the floor. Well, Patrick Whelan has been doing what he's been doing for the last few years in the British Basketball League, just in a Caledonia shirt. He's been averaging almost 16 points a game, shooting nearly 50%. He is a key to what they do at the offensive end of the floor. One guy you wanted to highlight, Azania, that you've been really impressed with for the Sheffield Sharks, coming off the bench and doing a great job, RJ Idlerock.
Yeah, I want to pick this guy. It was easy for me to pick, Ramsey or Pipkins, but the 6th man of the year for me, coming off the bench. He's averaging 9 points in 15 minutes and shooting 78% from the 3-point line. He is doing his job off the bench very, very well for this team.
At the other end of the floor, I already mentioned Whelan, another significant piece in their offense, Ian DeBose.
Yeah, he had 20 points versus their Plymouth in their win, 99-83. A wonderful offensive player, knows how to get it done. And, a big factor for this Caledonian team. They're sitting at 3-1, and they'll look to go for another, maybe an upset here at Sheffield.
Well, not too long till tip-off. Atiba Lions will be going up against Gareth Murray. We will have the start of the game right after this break.
One hand, and Wayne just threw it down hard.
Another pump fake for him. He's got lots of room, Johnson. Oh, Taj Green! Hello!
He just followed his point guard and smashed the ball in before anyone else could react.
Jordan Johnson gets in, puts the kernel in the pot. Taj Green, kaboom! Jaron Holmes, one-on-one with Defoe and swiped away by Taj Green. Now they're pushing forward. McGill! Oh, what a block! Caleb Asprey, lock and key.
This is a basket-saving block. Asprey comes across clean as you like off the backboard.
Let's take the stage higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop.
take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Well, welcome to the British Basketball League here on YouTube. Azania, we're about to see two teams who both opened new buildings recently. Caledonia going 2-0 in their first two games. Sheffield looking to do likewise in their new facility.
Well, first of all, fantastic for the British Basketball League. Two great franchises with just beautiful arenas, new arenas, exciting. But for me, if I'm Sheffield, I want to protect home court. Obviously, they're 1-0 at this new wonderful arena, so no doubt they're going to try and do that. And I'm really enjoying this Sheffield team. I think they have all the great components to be so successful. Wonderful guard plays, great post players, and then you know, a well-seasoned vet coach with Lions. They've got a good, solid team.
Well, here's the reminder of the Sharks lineup. And Kipper Nichols, obviously a familiar face in Sheffield, been there for a number of years. Didn't come back initially to the Sharks, but one game in, he's available. Sheffield said thank you very much, and now he's into the starting five. I always think how Nichols goes is how Sheffield, if he has a big offensive night, they can have a big offensive game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think he's a great add to Ramsey and also Pipkins. Nichols had 14 points their last game, and at their guard spot, they're just so solid, right? Who do you stop at any given moment?
And in the inside battle, Ali Hodzic against Cook,
yeah.
Two slightly different players, but whoever can come out on top will have a big impact on their team.
Huge, and you know I love a post matchup, so I'm excited to watch that one.
Certainly do, and Atiba Lyons wasn't averse to a post-up in his playing career either, as we get underway here in Sheffield. Big week for the Caledonias. They begin their FIBA Europe Cup campaign in Romania on Wednesday night, and they're in British Basketball League action here on the road today. First offense deflected out of bounds, so it'll be an end-line ball with 9 on the shot clock. Whelan running around the screen, tripped slightly, so Ali Hodzic gets the inbound play. DeBose turning the corner, bounces it off. Palisa open underneath and an easy score.
Lovely first bucket for Caledonia.
Ramsey ambling his way across midcourt. Here's Nichols, guarded by Onwas. Good hands from DeBose to steal that away. Try and run it back. Yura stepping his way to the rim, and foul from the side, so he'll shoot 2.
Well, we spoke about DeBose, and DeBose doing his thing right away. Runs in the passing lane, a great steal, and right now he's heading to the line. Great first few moments by him.
Well, they're all lined up, just a small delay with the table officials while they sort something out, not quite sure what, but Gareth Murray gets a little chance to have an extra conversation there. Referees Steve Ferris, Simon Unsworth and John Paul Heron, who played in the league a long, long time ago. John Paul.
Solid crew there. They've been refereeing for a very long time.
First 3 points of the game, all going the way of the visitors. And DeBose makes it 4. Nichols providing the outlet. It's normally something of a stretch 4, but he's playing point guard here.
That's called a point forward.
Yeah, Ratinho, his first shot is good for 3.
Good answer by him, especially get off that, I call it a donut, get off 0 points, and good answer by him.
Well, Ratinho is an excellent 3-point shooter on his day. He's not had his best start to the season, but that's a good sign for him. Ratinho drops it down to Cook. Underneath, oh, he blows the layup, but he's actually fouled. So he will go to the line for 2. And that is the challenged. That's the other thing as we look back at this Rutino three-point shot. He'll feel good that the first one goes in. The other thing, we talk about Cook and what a skilled post player he is, the moves he's got, the soft touch, but he also gets opponents into foul trouble.
Big time.
Does it early in the game. That's why they like to start him, because he can get the other center into foul trouble.
Yeah, we saw that against the Eagles the other night, didn't we? Defoe, he got in trouble, but he's just so poised down low and so smart, like you said. Even though sometimes he doesn't score, he makes it very difficult for the post players to, you know, to stop him. And that's why I'm excited for this post matchup with him this evening. Oh, it's this afternoon.
It is this afternoon.
Sunday afternoon.
It always feels like nighttime, no matter what time the game is being played. Police are off the mark for three. The tip out from Onwas is straight to Rutino. Ramsey calling for the screen. Nichols. Cook putting it on the floor. Cook driving. Well, you don't see that very often from Bennett Cook from the three-point line to the rim.
Wow, showing it all today. I haven't seen that a lot. It's all around the rim, posting up. Today he's showing us he's got a bit more than that.
It's a great first step, and yeah, you do think of him as a skilled finisher, but not really putting it on the floor. But as I say, shows the full array of his skills today. Police, another difficult three comes back off the iron. Here's Rutino. He turns the corner, and in the end probably went a little too far around.
All the post players are having to be point forwards today. Ali Hodjic bringing the ball up there.
Onwas, corner three off the mark. Ramsey, again, getting first down court and calling for the screen. They went underneath the screen and Ramsey made them pay.
And that's Ramsey basketball to a T, getting into that 15-footer jump shot.
Well, they got into a real mess there, Caledonia. Turned the ball over. Stepped on the line. That's a frustrating one from Sheffield point of view.
And Ramsey gives that up. You know, as soon as he sees the ball go in the net and then throws the ball, I don't know, I just felt like he should have stolen the ball, gone right to the rim.
Well, a little easier for DeBose to get the ball this time around. A lot rests on his shoulders in terms of his ability to score and also to create for his teammates. Ali Hodjic to the hook. Oh, it's almost like they wanted to send him that way.
Good scout.
Here's Nichols, little hesitation driving to the basket, and Onwas is going to get called for the foul, his first.
See this.
It's that right hand, I think, coming down on the shoulder.
I don't know about that one. A little soft for me. The Sunday afternoon, Dan.
I don't know, if you were wearing 7 for Sheffield there, you didn't get a whistle called, you'd be saying to the ref, where's the call?
You're right. And also, I always say this, I don't have a burgundy shirt or a whistle, so they're doing their jobs very well.
I'm sure we could get you one. I'm sure we have your size somewhere.
I don't think burgundy suits me very well.
What about the orange? Sometimes they're in
Oh yeah,
orange.
they do have an orange, yeah. Well, I played at Florida Gators, and I never liked orange until I went there, and I was like, actually, can make it work.
Can rock that. And it's Sheffield who rocking the Gladiators in the early stages here, up 11-4, but that'll be 11-6 with Pauliza getting to the rim to the finger roll.
He made that look easy, yeah.
Yeah. All their offense seems to be going through him at the moment. Here's Adekoya. On to Ramsey. Working the pick and roll. Again, they've left Ramsey an open shot. Those are the ones he likes. He couldn't knock it down. Whelan. Hodjic, a long way from the basket. Picks it up in an awkward spot. Shot clock getting low. Whelan cutting to the rim. Good follow, but he couldn't finish it on was. numbers here, and they've left Nichols wide open. I don't know why they helped away from the ball.
I just feel like Nichols has been a little bit hesitant. Isn't looking first to pass. You're wide open, bro. Shoot the ball. And he does there and gets the little soft rim bounce in.
Well, field goal percentages tells you all you need to know about the game so far. That foul is against Pipkins, which I believe is his second.
Yeah, I spoke about, I really like the Sheffield team. Just having main pieces, their bench, obviously now Pipkins, this is probably going to be our guy that we spoke about. I'm hoping it's going to be RJ Italrock. Is he coming in for me?
He is, yeah.
Yes, see what I mean? They've got a solid bench. They can go deep and some really good pieces. And they could have a good season. But you said, what did you tell me at the beginning of earlier? Just how coach likes to build his Sheffield team. He does it every year.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Sheffield is they never beat themselves. I mean, they always play good enough defense that if their offense isn't working, they don't let teams get away from them. If the offense is working, they become very, very difficult to beat. And one thing we know is if you leave Adekoya that wide open, he's too good a shooter. He will knock that three down.
Right, and Adekoya comes off the bench for Cook. A different looking five-man now can stretch the floor and shoot the three. They've got a good bench.
Goes off the mark. Rebound by Adekoya. Ramsey with the spin, taking it to the rim, not quite. DeVoe Ramsey, though, will go to the free throw line, having been fouled. A great start to the ball game for the Sheffield Sharks. They lead by 10. Timeout is called. We'll be right back after this break.
You put the work in, everyone knows you deserve it. They must be blind like curtains, certain anything you got, you've earned it. Sky is the limit, it's reachable. Just jump high, it's achievable. Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. Couple minutes, gotta score. Every time they wanna clash, the wind is kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when a ball drops. My man.
Well, welcome back to Sheffield. Jabril Adekoya coming off the bench for the Sharks, and you just cannot help that far off him. That's got to be on the scout. I mean, it was interesting. There was an interview with him this week in the local media talking about he's not really been brought in for his offense. He's a fantastic defensive player, really good IQ, unbelievably good hands. But he will knock down an open three if you sag off him that far.
That's right. And his physical presence on the defensive end, but just tough. You can see he's a true competitor. And he's also a leader. You see him talking and pointing a lot of the time.
Well, Sheffield out to an 11-point lead here. It's the offensive end that's the struggles for Caledonia at the minute. Just 6 points, but they will get an easy two as Whelan gets right to the basket.
Well, that's what Whelan is here for and needed. And actually, this morning I was listening to his podcast, In the Gap podcast.
Yeah, alongside
Anderson.
Jamel Anderson and Gino Crandall. The three of them were at Leicester together, of course. and venturing into the podcast world now. I'll take a listen on the way home.
Yeah.
Here's DeBose driving all the way to the basket twice in a row. Caledonia getting right to the rim.
Good answer, because Sheffield was starting to just make this lead a little bit bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, the referee was slightly late signaling that, but Kipper Nichols jumped, he thought, into the front court, but didn't get his foot all the way across the line. And that is a really sloppy error.
We need to get you a burgundy t-shirt. You saw that
It was,
very quickly.
It was one of those where you just looked at it and you thought, oh, that's a backcourt, isn't it? Once the ball is established in the front court, you're not allowed to go back over the line. But they needed some offense, Caledonia, because they were really struggling. And some of the shots they were taking were difficult shots, but just a couple of nice, easy drives to the basket gets things ticking for Gareth Murray.
Yeah, well done by Whelan. And the boys just getting themselves, and they just float in the air. You know, they're so strong. Take their time and patience around the rim. Let's see if I can see Gareth's board and see what he's trying to draw up.
Well, Sheffield showed last week in their home debut that they can turn on the defensive clamps with that big win. Don't forget, later tonight, double-header, Northwest Derby. Looking forward to this one. Cheshire against the Manchester Giants. Manchester, of course, beating Leicester at home last night. Cheshire off the back of a defeat at the London Lions on Thursday night, I think that was. And London back in action. The rare Monday night game taking on the Newcastle Eagles. And the Eagles, going through their growing problems at the moment, could do with a win.
Yeah, they're struggling. We said, didn't they, they've just hit a wall, 3 losses in a row. Started off the season pretty strong, but they're just looking for answers. But I just think they had a good couple of days off, 6 or 7, maybe even 8. And that way you can, one, rest and recover, but also go back to the drawing board and see what they can do better. Ready for Monday.
They did have that busy spell with the European game, and it's Caledonia now who've got to deal with that this week, going to Romania on Wednesday. And once again, DeBose down the lane, and the help defense is a little slow here from Sheffield.
That was a pretty crossover. Got the defender off of him with that crossover. Lovely finish. I'm loving his style of play right now.
Here's Allen coming off the bench now for the Sharks, having started early on, driving into the lane, trying to be a spot. That one bobbles out. Good hands from Nichols to bat it away. He's out in front. He makes sure he gets his body in the way and finishes the layup.
Great finish. Way to protect the ball away from Moore Jr.
I did wonder for a second whether he spent a little bit too much time worrying about the block, but he was able to finish the layup as well. Here's Buttrick, coming off a good game against Plymouth last time out. Idle Rock. Stewart. Back to Idle Rock. Penetrates, kicks it out. Allen. Oh, he's got the freedom of the key there for the layup.
Oh, great hesitation, and that hesitation just made the defense have to think a little bit longer.
Whelan. Slapped away by Adekoye. There's those great hands I was talking about. Buttrick in the corner for 3. Back iron. Idle Rock picks up the loose ball. Stewart. Sheffield slowing it down a little bit. Allen just gets into the key, and again, the defender didn't come towards him, so he had an easy shot.
Too easy. Caledonia really need to figure it out on the defensive end. Way too easy for Sheffield. They're getting exactly what they want.
Foul called off the ball on Allen, and I talked about him coming off the bench, having started early, and the key thing about coming off the bench is what can you add in terms of the offensive output. He's certainly done that in the early stages here.
Really good job by him. Look at this. Uses that screen by Adekoye, and then here comes off 2 feet. Lovely little soft jump shot.
Well, he's averaging 6 points a game so far this season. He's got 4 already in this one. Good hands from Nichols, read that well. Came around the back and deflected away. It'll be a end-line ball with 4 on the shot clock. Oh, it's underneath, that won't count. He's got good positioning in Adekoya. That's actually a smart foul if you forgive the fact that he allowed the player to get in front of him. What you don't want to do is let him get an easy score.
Yep, and he fouled him before the shot went up, so they get another out of bounds possession here, but the clock does reset
Yeah, I
to
was
14.
about to say the same thing. It adds another 10 seconds to the shot clock. Buttrick trying to bully his way to the basket and doing exactly that.
Wonderful out of bounds play, well executed by the Gladiators.
Allen around the 2 high screens. Stewart steps back. Did he get behind the 3-point line? It rims out anyway. A lot of room for Malcolm. Well, he didn't quite have the legs on that one. The line looked good. Stewart loses it. DeBose diving on the floor to come up with it. It'll be a hell ball. And Sheffield will get possession on the arrow.
Great hands by Ian. And then diving on the floor, asking for the foul. But Stewart stays with it.
Cook back into the game for Sheffield for this final play. Should get 1 go each based on the shot clock.
That's so nice. 1 go each. Like we're in the playground or something.
It's your cookies as well. You get 1 cookie each. That's what it is. Here's Allen. A little step back off the glass. Doesn't quite get the friendly roll.
Well, that's their go.
That's their go.
Let's
Here's
see
Caledonia's. Whelan ticking it down, trying to find some room. It's a tough shot in the end. It bobbles out. Kipper Nichols with the rebound. The shot was after the buzzer anyway. That'll do it for the opening quarter. It's been a good first 10 minutes for Sheffield Sharks. They lead. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
One hand, and Wayne just threw it down hard.
Another pump fake for him. He's got lots of room, Johnson. Oh, Taj Green! Hello!
Just followed his point guard and smashed the ball in before anyone else could react.
Jordan Johnson gets in, puts the kernel in the pot. Taj Green, kaboom! Jaron Holmes, one-on-one with Defoe and swiped away by Taj Green. Now they're pushing forward. McGill! Oh, what a block! Caleb Asprey, lock and key.
This is a basket-saving block. Asprey comes across clean as you like off the backboard.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to Sheffield. Gareth Murray with some work to do. His team averaged 44% from the floor, just 33% in that first quarter, and that's why they're down on their averages in terms of points per game, with only 14 in the opening period. Rutino pokes that loose. Shot clock getting low here. Buttrick creates some room for himself and knocks down the shot.
Really great job by Buttrick there. Getting a nice rhythm into that jump shot.
Hand check. More called for the playing defense with his hands rather than his feet.
Well, so far I think it's all been Sheffield in their new home. They're doing a good job trying to protect their home court, their new, brand new, beautiful new arena.
Look at that, 0 for 5, the Gladiators from behind the arc. I'll need that to improve as the game goes on. Here's Allen. Again, that's the third time, I think, where he's just beat his man and got a nice, easy look at the result of it.
Yeah, him and Ramsey had that same look.
Jovicic back to Whelan. Foul called against Stewart. I think he's anticipating the screen so that when he goes the opposite way, he's got his arms where they shouldn't be. Kyle Johnson, Great Britain international, to inbound.
I always forget that he's on this team. I know he kind of comes off the bench. I don't think he plays a lot, but he's a solid player as he turns over the ball. Sorry.
Allen will run it back. He's had a bit of injury problems, so I think they're trying to work him into the rotation off the back of it.
Yeah.
We saw last year at Newcastle what he can do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a veteran player. He's got wonderful experience under his belt.
Bouncing his way through. That shot is a little bit short, and two Sheffield players getting each other's way there. Jovicic strings the three.
Nothing but that. Splash for him.
They needed that after missing their first 5.
Yeah, they sure did.
Allen sends his man to the floor, illegally so. That foul is going to be called against him.
Let's have a look at this. This is the extra effort. This is how you get back into the game, getting second opportunities and then hitting the 3.
Well, it's the first second chance points for either team in the game, and it really shouldn't have happened because Rutino and Cook, one of them should have grabbed the rebound. They both said, oh, you have it, and then Trent Buttrick said, well, if neither of you want it,
I'll have it.
I'll take that last cookie. Here's an offensive foul more with the illegal screen.
Well, when this happens, I feel like, especially when I was playing, if I felt like the referees were calling plays fouls very quickly, you have to adjust with them. And I felt like the last couple of plays have been that.
Sheffield trying to re-establish a double-figure lead. Michael Rock losing it into the backcourt. Jovicic diving on the floor. It's going to be a hell ball, and that will mean possession will stay with Sheffield. Well, it's one of those where, because it's gone into the backcourt, I think it went off a Sheffield player. If he doesn't dive on the floor there, Rutino commits a backcourt violation. I know you can't. You're never going to tell a player not to hustle like that. But
you can't be thinking about that in your head. Only you would think that.
It was going around my head. So I thought, leave it alone.
No, if I'm a player, I'm just going. Yeah, you're sliding.
Yeah.
I don't think I think it's such a quick, you know, split second. I don't even think the referee thinks about that. But good hustle, especially when you're sacrificing your body.
Well, there was some debate about whether the shot clock should get reset. Because he slid on the floor and got the ball in his hands, that's Caledonia getting possession. And obviously it was down to about 8. And instead, because it's in the backcourt, they get 24, Sheffield.
Right.
So Gareth, none too pleased, but it is the letter of the rule. And Stewart gets the finger roll.
And a left-hand finger roll. Tough finish at the rim.
Lead back to 10. Alihodzic, nice extra pass, but even better defense as Rock comes in and pokes it away.
Perfect timing.
Body on the floor, and that leaves Stewart wide open for 3. I think it was a little bump from Cook, sent Jovicic to the ground, which meant Stewart on the trail had a wide open 3, and Gareth Murray needing to call a timeout. Biggest deficit of the game for his team, down 13. They've got the momentum here, Sheffield, in the early stages of this second quarter.
And you can see they're just, you know, feeling and playing very light, free, smiling, hustling for each other, diving. And here is Stewart's left-hand layup. That's why you need to work on both hands, kids, to finish at the rim. Yeah,
this is a great defensive play by Rock. Not only to recover, but also to get all ball and strip it away. And you can see Jovicic ends up on the floor, so the trailing man is wide open, and it's 3 points.
Stewart for a timeout and have to kind of slow the bleeding a little bit, Gareth, and figure it out what they want to do if they want to chip away at this lead. But for me, Sheffield have been legit on both ends. The offense has been, you know, moving the ball, finding the open man, and then the defense moving on a string, helping each other. There's a layer to their defense. They're looking good.
Well, he's drawing the play up here, Gareth Murray. I suppose when you look at the scoreboard, 13 minutes, 32 points is maybe a touch for somebody as defensive-minded as Gareth, a touch high, but really the concern for Caledonia is they've only scored 19 points in 13 minutes. It's the offensive end, isn't it?
Yeah, offensive end. We saw that stat about the three-point shot. They were struggling. It was 0 for 5, and then they finally hit one. He looks a little bit stressed, in my opinion. But there's still a lot of basketball to be played, right? We're still in the second quarter.
Well, 2-point shooting percentages are not great either for Caledonia. That one's out of bounds. If you look at the overall field goal shooting, it's 66% against 33%, and that tells the story in itself. Sideline ball, there's confirmation. 12 of 18 versus 8 of 22 is a big gap. That's why there's a big gap on the scoreboard, and it's almost turned over again. It is turned over. Well, Michael Rock, great hands to tip that. Could easily have been a turnover. Resets himself a couple of times. He'll take the 3, and a rare miss for him this season from 3-point range.
He was 11 for 14 before that. Make that 11 for 15.
You take that from the 3-point line, 11 for 15. But he had a reasonable look at that one. Shot clock getting low here. Alihodzic needs to go to work.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't realize he's bounced it off. There is 0.1 of a second remaining.
And Patrick Whelan and Ian Moss are at the table, coming to sub in. Exactly what you need. Offense, Caledonia, so why not the best in the game, these two guys?
Well, this has to be a throw to the rim, really.
Yeah, you can't, it's point, isn't it? You actually can't land, I don't think, when it's that 0.1. Just got to throw it out.
Oh, he's got a technical, has he? Gareth Murray, I don't know what his complaint was, but it went on for too long, and he's been called for a technical foul. So it will be one free throw for Sheffield. which Eitel Rock will take and will make. And then we'll go back to the situation where Caledonia have the ball on the end line, staring a 24-second violation down the barrel here, because they've got 0.1 of a second remaining.
Well, that's nice for Eitel Rock. That's his first point of the game. Why not a technical free throw?
It's locked in, and he had to tip it. He kind of caught it and then put it back up. He had to tip it. You can't. I think he came into it. You're looking like you don't believe me there, Zane. It looked like it to me. It came into his hands and then he pushed it. He has to actually tip it for a 0.1. Let's have another look. I think he just he sort of caught it rather than tipping it.
I think that was all right.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Can't argue with you, Zane.
No, but I'm not a referee. I don't know. I thought it was a quick catching up, and he's still up in the air. I don't know. I think you're right on that, actually. Maybe a bit too long.
Ooh, nearly stolen away. Ramsey has it. 6 on the shot clock. Tough shot off 1 foot, and it's good. And DeVoe Ramsey will go to the line for a bonus free throw.
Wonderful finish from him, and takes the hit, crosses over, gets hit off that 1 foot. So good, we get to see it again.
Second foul on Ali Hodzic as DeVoe Ramsey converts the 3-point play. Whelan. Round it goes to Buttrick. Trying to find room along the baseline, squeezes himself into a double team. Not a great pass out of it. It's going to be another shot clock violation. Well, the ball in Sheffield hands, so they can play it live. Eitel Rock pushing hard and getting himself into a bit of a blind alley there.
Caledonia, for me, struggling a lot on the offensive end.
DeBose, so that's one way of releasing it.
There we go. Not if he's on the court. But I feel like, you know, that possession before, just too many dribbles down low by Buttrick. He drew the defenders, 2 of them. Now get it out, pass it out.
Tino trying to find room, loses the ball. Caledonia come up with it. Nothing in transition, so let's see what they can do in the half court this time down. Turn it over, Cook has it. Eitel Rock to Ramsey, back to Eitel Rock, sets his feet. We talked about his shooting numbers. There is an example of how well he's shooting the 3.
And so well, Ramsey knew. Great, you know, realization from him. Pass it back to the hot 3-point shooter, and that will make him 12 from 15 now. My maths is right, quick maths.
9 turnovers as well. There's 3 at the other end. Those 9 turnovers have been turned into 14 points by Sheffield, and Eitel Rock and DeBose knocking down 3s, just showing Azania's knowledge from before the game, picking them 2 out as ones to watch. Here's Whelan slowing it down off the glass. That will count.
Well needed as his bench gets up and gives him a high five, because right now Patrick Whelan, Caledonia need them.
They certainly do. We've got a timeout call. We'll be right back after this break.
You put the work in, everyone knows you deserve it. They must be blind like curtains, certain anything you got, you've earned it. Sky is the limit, it's reachable. Just jump high, it's achievable. Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes, gotta score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to Sheffield, where the Sharks have the lead here. Patrick Whelan scoring just before that timeout, going to the free throw line for a bonus, trying to get the scoreboard ticking for his team. Caledonia now 27 points on the board. Sheffield have 20 points off the bench. Their bench unit is outscoring their starters at the moment. And that's been a massive contribution for Atiba Lyons' team.
Solid. I'm all about bench play, I think, especially.
Oh, that's too easy. I don't know if there's meant to be help or whether if there's not meant to be help, the both has to do a better job.
Well, that's why I had to be quiet in my commentary because of wonderful move and off the bench. Adekoya, as we spoke about bench points.
Well, that was called as a kickball. Adekoya's response suggests he thought it wasn't off the foot, but was off the hand. DeBose gets it into Onwas, who misses everything, gets his own rebound, still can't convert. Away comes Retino. Retino right down the middle to the finger roll. Nobody stopped the ball.
Incredible finish down the middle. The defenders were pretty much chasing him on his back. Lovely finish at the rim.
Whelan for three, off the mark. Malcolm with the rebound and put back.
Just a little bit tall. That gives up the inches, Ramsey.
Well, there haven't been too many offensive rebounds in the game, but they've now got 5 second chance points. That pass has too much zip on it, but partly because Whelan was just nudging Adekoya in the back. Oh, here's Retino. So he gets the ball. Rule number one in transition, stop the ball. Somebody stop the ball. Stop the ball!
Yeah, and look, 4 players all around him.
Here's Ramsey looking to cook. He's got the foot speed against Buttrick. Kicks out to Pipkins for three. And a defensive rebound this time from Malcolm. Malcolm looking for options, finds Whelan. Whelan spinning to the fall away. Tough shot, Patrick Whelan.
Technical foul. Whelan talking too much. Referee is all over it. And I felt that was quite quick. Whelan saying, hey, referee, I felt like I've been fouled. And sometimes when you talk too much to the referee, they don't like it.
No, they don't. I'm presuming that he must have had a conversation before that one, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back rather than... I mean, he could have said something a little bit naughty, and that would be a direct technical, but there's also that thing of if you keep going, ref, come on, ref, come on, ref, come on, ref.
Yeah.
Eventually they go, no, no more of that, and tee you up.
Yep, and that's what he's got. And he's still chatting, but he's gone to a different referee this time.
That's the thing. Go find one that might listen a bit more. Well, it's his second personal foul, so he's going to go to the bench to make sure he doesn't get a third before half-time.
And at this point, be quiet.
Yeah.
You've just got a technical foul for talking, and now you're talking too much, and you know. I think that's a great sub. Calm down, and you know, reset.
Adekoya looking to use his size, and he's fouled by Malcolm, and he will shoot two.
Here's Adekoya, takes his time, uses that little bit of a chicken wing and gets the ball up. Hard working move, has to go to the line to cash out his 2.
First one is good. Sheffield have done a good job of getting to the free throw line here in the first half. And when they've got there, they've been very efficient as well. 10 for 11. Take that any day.
Yeah, 90% from the free throw line.
He's waving people out of the way. He wants to attack Ramsey if he can, but he's forced out. Shot clock getting low. Malcolm in the corner. Had to heave it a little bit. He's slightly out of his usual rhythm. Pipkins looking to shake past Onwas, who recovers well. Ball is not loose. Onwas diving on the floor for it.
Great defense.
Buttrick breaking through and will jam it in.
Hooks the rim on that one. Started from Onwaz's defense. Turns into easy offense.
Well, they haven't had much in the open court, Caledonia, but that's their second score off a turnover. Cross-court pass to Ratinho, who has space and can't knock it down. It's a good shot for him, though. It's a push-off. Use of the arm by Ian DeBose.
I want to see that again. Thank you. Let's have a look. Yes. We get the luxury.
It's just the extension, isn't it?
Too far, yeah.
That's the thing. I don't mind a little bit of contact like that, but if you extend out, it draws the attention of the referees. And work for the coaching staff of the Gladiators to do. Gareth Murray talking to Alan Keane, one of his assistants, before going into this huddle. And I still go back to 33 is more of a problem than 46 in a half. I mean, you would want to keep Sheffield a little lower than that because they don't tend to average up around 90, but
yeah.
Well, we'll see them again on Sky Sports next Friday night. That one, 7:30, they take on the London Lions. Of course, Sheffield did beat the Lions a couple of times last season. Can they be the first to beat them again this time around? That's Sky Sports, 7:30 next Friday.
Yeah, London Lions rolling. They're undefeated in both leagues, in this league and in Eurocup. They're 2-0 also. They're rolling very high.
Yeah,
But
2 good wins in
yeah.
Eurocup as well, both of them coming from behind in the fourth quarter. On Wednesday night, they were down 8 early in, was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I can't remember now, but they were down 8 early in the fourth quarter and were able to actually win that quite comfortably against Hamburg. Gareth Murray and his team going to Romania this week in the Europe Cup, FIBA Europe Cup. Their first game in the group stages against CSO.
my thing is, right now, Dan, is Ian Boss and Patrick Reelan both on 2 fouls. We are, you know, ticking away going into halftime, which is good, but they both are sitting on the bench right now.
Ramsey, Adekoya cutting back door and finishing well. Great pass to find him. Well, shot clock is still on. There's probably a 4.5, maybe 5-second differential. So Sheffield might get one back here. Onwas. That's a good move from Prince Onwas, but what's he caught the ball for? Just leave it alone. It's a delay of game warning, and of course you do that twice, it's a technical.
But going back to Onwaz's move, strong versus strong. Adekoya defending him. I like that little matchup between those two.
Yeah, the other thing that delay of game does is it stops the clock. So actually you're giving Sheffield an advantage by doing that. And Ramsey takes full advantage. He gets 2 goes at it. Can't convert. There might be a 3-point heave here from Malcolm. Off the mark. Well, we're at the half here in Sheffield. And what a good half it has been for the Sheffield Sharks. They lead 48 points to 35 as they look to make it 2-0 in their brand new building. Well, Zania and I will break it all down for you right after this break.
Just can't get it, but another offensive ball, but just fumbling it. Lines come up with it. Well, look out below. Shover at lines. Well, we have takeoff. Elvis has left the building.
Mackenzie now looking for Idowu. In fact, he sees a gap and sees some room, and he was fading away and moving away from the basket. Nice save there from McGill. Hustle play, Jordan Johnson, Josh Ward-Hibbert, they need it, and the Newcastle Eagles have it.
Wow, it starts with Ricky McGill. Athletic, emphatic play to keep the ball in bounds, and then Josh Ward-Hibbert runs the floor like all good wings should, confidently knocks it down.
Throwdown, oh my goodness. Caught that with one hand and Wayne just threw it down hard.
Another pump fake for him, he's got lots of room, Johnson. Oh, Taj Green, hello.
Just followed his point guard and smashed the ball in before anyone else could react.
Jordan Johnson gets in, puts the kernel in the pot. Taj Green, kaboom! Jaron Holmes, one-on-one with Defoe and swiped away by Taj Green. Now they're pushing forward. McGill! Oh, what a block! Caleb Asprey, lock and key.
This is a basket-saving block. Asbury comes across clean as you like. Oh.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places that never been. We go higher, no stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Well, welcome back to the British Basketball League coverage here on YouTube. Azania Stewart, Daniel Routledge with you, and a great first half for the Sheffield Sharks, Azania. They really dominated it, pretty much at both ends of the floor as well.
Yeah, wonderful, but I want to talk about their bench play. They had 26 points, and that's Adekoya with 9 and Allen with 8 off the bench. I think that's where the game has really blown open.
Well, it certainly helped them keep that offensive scoreboard ticking, and sometimes it's a simple game, isn't it? If you put the ball in the basket at a more efficient rate, as Sheffield have, you're going to have a good lead.
But then you look at Gladiators, 10 turnovers. That's not going to help them at all, really struggling. But listen, it's only a 13-point game. They're also struggling from the three-point line, 2 from 11. If they can come out in this second half, hit a couple of threes, get their momentum back and start chipping away at that 13-point lead.
Those 10 turnovers, 16 Sheffield points from them as well. Let's have a look at the story of the half, and really the difference between these two teams, I think, has been about the quality of shot that Sheffield have got. Sheffield have got some good looks, they've got to the basket, their threes have been open, and at the other end of the floor it's just been a little bit more difficult for the Gladiators.
Yeah, because I think Sheffield's defense have been, you know, they've locked in, sometimes they've thrown a double at different players, but then you've got DeVos on 11 points and Patrick Wheeling on 7, but they're both on 2 fouls. So they both need to just be careful, maybe talking a little bit too much to the referees, but they can come out in the second half. But for me, Sheffield looking good at their new home.
And it is, I mean, it's typical of a Tiber Lions team that they play good defense. but you've got to try and find some way of reacting to that. Maybe Caledonia not moving the ball quick enough, getting a little too dribble happy at times.
Yeah, the ball is getting stuck with one player. I would agree with you with that. But, you know, like I said, a whole 2 quarters still to go. 13 points isn't a lot, but Sheffield is protecting their home ground. So I'm going to say early on, you haven't asked me for my prediction, but I'm going to give it to the Sheffield Sharks.
It's a good prediction to make when they're up 13 at half-time. But I suppose one of the things is we think about Sheffield, we think of them as a team that wins games in the high 60s, in the low 70s. They're averaging 75 points a game this season. They're way on pace to go past that. Caledonia are going to have to do something about that. Coming up later, we have another game involving the Cheshire Phoenix. So we're going to speak to LaQuincy Rideau in a few minutes' time. But first of all, let's have a look at the highlights from Plymouth against Bristol yesterday.
Again, another turnover. Well, they have numbers here. Lucas is going to go for another 3. He puts this one up. Another offensive board. And again, Drew, I think the Plymouth City Patriots had the last donut. Nobody's calling box out right now. Sometimes you had to play a stretch forward, but already Green goes up. Get him rejected. 3-pointer, can't get it. An offensive board here for the Patriots. Going in with a fadeaway, nothing but net, and that's a good stop for them. And another 3-pointer coming. And right now, the Bristol Flyers, they are on fire at the moment. Johnson kicking this one out too. Another Johnson. Kodo just trying to find an opening. Goes into the lane. That's much better. Attacking the basket. Something you mentioned earlier, going straight at the bucket. Well, Johnson getting that first 3-pointer. Final seconds here. Well, Bristol fire up another one for the perimeter again at the moment. With another deep 3-pointer at the moment. Somebody call the fire department because Bristol Flyers, Drew, they are on fuego at the moment. Time winding down here. Dan Kodo goes up. The follow-up. Are you kidding me? This is a tough step-back 3-pointer, making it count. But again, Drew, it's a very, very tough shot.
Yeah, that's a get out of jail card right there. And that's great hustle there by Plymouth. Let's see if they can convert.
Well, Johnson going up. A good pass from Joe Hart. Now we're under 4.5. Roel Graham Bell. Look for the post-up. Goes for the tough fadeaway. What a shot by Roel.
Plymouth City Patriots moving forward after you lost at home 2 games consecutively by 30.
Well, Green going for the fadeaway inside the paint, but another big offensive rebound. Goes in, making it look easy. A bit of razzle-dazzle going inside with the penetration. Well, here you're going to see a bit of respect paid from the Bristol Flyers, knowing that they're going to pick up their 3rd victory this season and 6th consecutive victory against the Plymouth City Patriots. Well, Basel fans, we thank you for joining us here at the Plymouth City Pavilions. But at the end of this one, the Flyers are going to take the victory 92-68 against Plymouth. And it's only been one-sided right from the beginning.
Skylar White does well to keep the ball from going out of play.
Still got the rebound. He passed it to me. So me and Ethan, as he was running down the court, we was making like eye connection. Like, I'm like, go, go, go. Then I put it between my legs, and then I'm just like, keep going, bro. I'm gonna get it to you. So he just running. So then boom, put it between my legs and just threw it. Then I just added no look to it. No, it's just all instinct, pretty much. I just do it, and if it works, and go from there. My name is LaQuincy Rideau. I play for Cheshire Phoenix. I'm the point guard. The journey has been great. Like the first week, we all was hanging out, and we all like got used to each other. So then we get into practice, and we clicked so well because none of us are selfish. We all want to see each other win, and it's like crazy how we all click so well. And now we like playing our best basketball together. Jazz music is it keeps you calm. I would say it keeps you calm and helps you find that rhythm that you're looking for. And you know the term I have that dog in me. That's me, honestly. Like I won't back down from anybody. Never been, never will, and don't plan on doing it. So I'll just say I have that dog in me.
Cheshire leaking out in transition. and a fast break jam for the Knicks, and early 4-0 run for them.
To do an assist, I would say I would prefer doing an assist than scoring, because that makes me feel like I'm getting my teammates involved. That's the thing about being a point guard, is like getting your teammates involved and keeping them happy and making yourself happy as well. My play style is about risk and reward, so it's like, what's the point of like playing if you're not gonna take that risk? Because the risk is always gonna be with a bigger reward. Russell Westbrook, you know, he's like a big risk-reward player, and that's who I would say I look up to right now, is Russell Westbrook, and that's where I get my creativity from. I want to be the best version of me at the end of the season, and team standpoint, the goal coming out here was to win and make a connection with my teammates and make brotherhood. The goal is to win.
Just can't get it, but another offensive board, but just fumbling it. Lines come up with it. Well, look out below. Shomer at lines. Well, we have takeoff. Elvis has left the building.
McKenzie now looking for Idowu. In fact, he sees a gap and sees some room, and he was fading away and moving away from the basket. Nice save there from McGill. Hustle play, Jordan Johnson, Josh Ward-Hibbert, they need it, and the Newcastle Eagles have it.
Wow, it starts with Ricky McGill. Athletic, emphatic play to keep the ball in bounds, and then Josh Ward-Hibbert runs the floor like all good wings should, confidently knocks it down.
And a throwdown. Oh my goodness. Caught that with one hand, and Wang just threw it down hard.
Another pump fake for him. He's got lots of room, Johnson. Oh, Taj Green. Hello.
Just followed his point guard and smashed the ball in before anyone else could react.
Jordan Johnson gets in, puts the kernel in the pot. Taj Green, kaboom! Jaron Holmes, one-on-one with Defoe and swiped away by Taj Green. Now they're pushing forward. McGill! Oh, what a block! Caleb Asprey, lock and key.
This is a basket-saving block. Asprey comes across clean as you like.
Let's take the stage higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Well, welcome back. We've got Azania Stewart and Daniel Routledge with you as we're watching Sheffield Sharks against the Caledonia Gladiators, and a really good first half for the Sharks. They have the lead. Here's the results from around the league this week in the British Basketball League. Good win at home for the Caledonians, winning against Plymouth. Leicester comfortable winners over Surrey, as were London pulling away from Cheshire 99-80, that one on Friday night. Double disappointment for the Patriots on Saturday. They were beaten at home by Bristol in the Southwest Derby, but the Riders beaten by Manchester on Saturday, and Manchester and Cheshire will go head-to-head later today. 6 p.m. tip-off for that one. And don't forget, an extra little bonus Monday game for you tomorrow night. Newcastle Eagles go to the Copper Box to see if they can knock off the London Lions. 7:30 start. Obviously, we're going to be doing Cheshire against Manchester later on today. We're looking forward to that. It's always a tasty affair when the Northwest Derby gets underway, and there's players who've swapped on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Anderson, which I'm just going to throw out now. You know, I have some Paul around here, but I'm going to give him a vote for Player of the Month potentially, because
going early with the Player of the Month for
I'm just going to
October.
throw it out there live. But he obviously came from Cheshire. Now he's with the Giants, playing incredible, averaging 20 points, doing it on both ends. I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, big win for Manchester last night against Leicester, and obviously Cheshire at home are very, very good. It's a difficult place to go. It gets loud on a Sunday evening there with all the horns and that, and the Sheffield fans have been enjoying themselves here today, as you can see. And they'll want to see another 20 minutes like the first half, really.
Absolutely. Sheffield have played wonderful.
Well, back underway here at the CMA as Caledonia look to kickstart their offense. Having scored 35 in the first half, they're going to need more than that in the second. Here's Whelan trying to get two, but he runs into trouble and he's fouled by Bennett Cook. Oh, Patrick Whelan, a look of surprise about him. Of course, he can't say anything now, having got that technical in the first half.
Yeah, he can't afford to pick up that early third, but good aggression and a way to put the pressure on the referees. You know, the first pretty much 15 seconds of the play, he's put his head down and headed to the rim, and now he's going to the line for two.
Second foul on Bennett Cook as Whelan misses the front end of 2 free throws. He's an excellent free throw shooter. He's just shy of 85% in his British Basketball League career. He does make the second. Ramsey back to Nichols, and now Cook put the ball on the floor again, getting to the rim. That will count. Bennett Cook will go to the line for a bonus free throw.
Well done, Cook. You know I love post play, but what I love is that Sheffield always establish him early in the offense. So strong, given, you know, just problems down there. We've talked about him drawing the fouls. But when you establish your post player early in your offense, now it opens up for your guards, your shooters. But he's doing a wonderful job down low.
Oh, he can't convert the three-point play, so the lead stays at 14. Cross-court pass. Oh, off the mark from Aliza. But Caledonia will get a new 14. Ali Hodgic with some good footwork, but not quite the finish. Nichols putting the speed on. Here's Cook on the trail. Pipkins, oh, look how open he is. Well, what is that? They've left him wide open.
He had all the time in the day to, you know, fill that up. Caledonia just absolutely, you know, struggling on the defensive end.
Well, that's a terrible shot as well. Compounding errors here at Caledonia.
I really wish I could just go up to them and shake them and say,
Look at
come on,
this.
boys.
Nobody, there must be 15 feet of space to the nearest guy.
Caesar, I think, was the man with nobody marking anyone on defense.
Not quite the role for Ramsey, but Cook gets the offensive board. Ramsey attacks, and he's fouled, and will shoot two.
But that's a sign of a great team for me, Dan. Everyone runs, all 4 players go to pick up Ramsey. These are the signs that you see as a team that care for each other, that are on the same page. Do you know what I mean? It just builds trust and momentum. And right now, Sheffield looking really strong. And Caledonia need to figure it out and figure it out quickly.
They've certainly got all the momentum at the moment, that's for sure, the Sheffield Sharks. Ramsey makes it 6 points to 1 here in this third quarter. make that 7-1. Caledonia in a big hole here, trying to get their offense ticking. It's almost turned over. Pariza out to DeBose. DeBose slapped down across the wrist is Ramsey, and that will be 2 free throws. You can see he's done a good job. Penetrate, beats his man. Big swipe down.
Yep.
Easy call. Even Ramsey's nodding his approval to that one.
He said, yep, yes, I did do that.
You don't often get players agreeing with referees when fouls go against them. But that one was pretty clear-cut. It's only his first, so it's not that important. That's both free throws for DeBose, Caledonia's leading scorer in the game. Nichols penetrates, kicks. Pipkins again has a lot of space. There was a closeout in the end. Back to Ali Hodzic. Across to Whelan. Whelan runs into traffic, and Sheffield come away with it. Here's Ramsey dropping it back. Extra pass. 3 is no good for Jordan Rotino.
I held my breath on that. It was beautiful ball movement.
Ooh, good hands.
Look at that. Just, okay, hit it out of bounds, but even how quick Sheffield's defense are. It goes inside, bang, 2 players there to stop, close off the rim, and then they get their hands on it and reset their defense.
I suppose that's one of the advantages early season when you've got 6 returners like Sheffield do from last year's squad, is you've got the guys. That foul will count, that basket will count, sorry, Onwas will go to the line for a free throw. Is defensively, that's the hardest thing to pick up. Anybody, good professional basketball players know how to put the ball in the basket, but defensively, the strategy, the scheme that Atiba Lions will use is the hardest bit to pick up. And of course, having 6 guys back, they already know it.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful point you make, Dad. But also the chemistry. You know, when you've got 6 guys from the previous season, and then going into the next season, you've built that trust, you've built that chemistry. You know the idea and their look that Lions would like. It's showing right now.
And all 5 of the starters are returners from last year as well, so that shows you again the chemistry that Zania talks about. Here's Whelan kicking out to DeBose. Bobbled out, and it will be a Sheffield ball. By the way, if you've noticed a slight anomaly in the scoring, the scoreboard inadvertently earlier in the game put on a point, and they've taken it back off. So if it does look like you're sitting at home thinking Caledonia should be on 41, it was because they'd erroneously got one slightly earlier, which they've corrected now. Here's Nichols. Pipkins drops it off to Nichols. Nichols, nice little pump fake one way, spins back the other.
Can we see that again, please? Maybe. Good patience from him. Thank you very much. Look at this little head fake. Just gets Whelan off of him and then uses the left hand. Lovely bucket from him. I like that. I used to do that a lot back in my day.
Signature move.
Yeah, that's nice.
DeBose. Shot clock getting low here. Room along the baseline and finished well by Pauliza, who'll go to the line for a free throw as well.
Pauliza, thank you. Great bucket. Let's have a look. Drives and gets hit in multiple to the head, to the arm. Good finish by him.
Well, that was a defensive breakdown. You can see the reaction from both Ramsey and Adekoya. They realized somebody should be there on the baseline, and they weren't. Surely broken his own free throw line there, going after the rebound. It doesn't matter if Sheffield come away with it. The free throw shooter can't cross the line until the ball hits the ring. Well, Adekoya, you talked about points off the bench, Azania. He's been
solid,
the leader in terms of the overall scoring, but they got 9 points from him off the bench, 8 points from Allen. Eitel Rock has got 4, Stewart has got 5. And basically half their points coming off the bench. It makes it difficult to guard them if you don't quite know where it's coming from.
Right. And Allen is now back in as well for Sheffield.
You can see this time they defended that with Nichols where he was meant to be, and therefore they didn't get to the basket. As a result, it's a late shot clock heave from the Gladiators. Adekoya running the floor, Ramsey feeding him for the layup.
Textbook transition fast break layup.
This is sort of stuck here. Gets away to Omwas. And a miscommunication, it's thrown straight out of bounds. And it is 59-42 here and Sheffield, 4:40 to go. Timeout call, we'll be right back after this.
Everyone knows you deserve it. They must be blind like curtains, certain anything you got, you've earned it. Sky is the limit, it's reachable. Just jump high, it's achievable. Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable. Couple minutes, gotta score. Every time they wanna clash, the winner's kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to Sheffield. Well, Adekoya said he wasn't here for his offense this week in the media, and yet he's the leading scorer on his team, running the floor, and point guards doing what they're supposed to, feed the big when he's out in transition. And Jabril Adekoya with 11 points, but I suppose the concern for Caledonia is the offense is slightly difficult for them. So on that fast break, it was a late shot clock miss. On the play that preceded the timeout here, the ball was thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, and I just think it's a suffocating Sheffield defense. They're constantly moving, but what's happening is as soon as a DeBoss or a Whelan gets the ball, a little quick double team, making them second guess, passing the ball out, and then we saw Onwaz, you know, a little bit confused, didn't know who to throw it to, throws it out of bounds. So Sheffield doing a wonderful job in the transition and on the defensive end.
Well, they're just checking the score in the venue because of that erroneous point earlier on, and I think it's been given back to them now. So it's 59-43, just some confusion. Remember the old days when it's just in a book on
Pen
a
and
piece
paper.
of paper? Just scribble it out and carry on. Mind you, they still use a book nowadays, to be
Yeah.
fair, to record there.
Just a 2-3 zone for Caledonia here, changing up their defense.
Well, that's the gap in it, but Alan can't knock the shot down. He had a few like that in the first half, and it all went in. A lot of dribble here, not much ball movement. Not much off the ball movement either. Shot clock getting low. Jovicic has to fire up the three. Well, they get 3 from it, but it wasn't the cleanest offense from the Gladiators. Just a little static. But they'll take the points any way they come right now. Again, they've lost the shooter in the corner. Get away with it that time. And I think Palooza has got a foul for a hold on Kipper Nichols inside.
Yeah, and that's disappointing. You can see it on his face, especially a zone. You want to, you know, force the team into one tough shot. They do, and then they go up for the rebound and just maybe just holds him a little bit too long.
Well, it's not much of a foul if it is a foul down there, but you can't give Nichols the inside position, I suppose. You're asking for trouble. Knocked away from Nichols, so it'll be an end-line ball to Sheffield. 8 on the shot clock. Stewart. Shot clock getting low. Idle Rock creates some room, fires it from the free throw line, and an easy rebound this time for the Gladiators. He's forcing his way to the basket for 2.
He does best. He loves that right-hand layup and really takes a bump. Good defense from Caledonia into easy offense. Let's see if they can keep the heat up, the defensive end.
Well, 6-0 run here. They need some stops, and they won't get them like that as Stewart cuts back door. Steps into the 3 off the mark. Ball is on the floor, almost diving for it, but because he sits back up, he's called for the travel. When you're on the floor, you've got a little bit of movement you can make, but it's the rolling around and sitting back up is not within the rules. And 15 points for in the Bows. Nobody else in double figures, though. You know how to pick them, Azania.
I do. Well, also, he did have 20 points last game, but
Oh,
he's one of their killers, you know what I mean? So it's making my job very easy. I just need Aitor Rock now to come up. But I just wanted to highlight Aitor Rock as has been wonderful off the bench.
Yeah, he's played really well in his debut season in the British Basketball League.
Here he is with the ball. Come on.
Looking to attack. A few pump fakes. Gets his man up in the air. Almost a 3-point play on cue for you there.
Look at that. Thank you.
He will go to the line for 2.
RJ. Aitor Rock. I spoke about you. I picked you. And right on time. Thank you. Couple shot fakes. Gets the defender up.
The thing about it is every game he's come into, he's made an impact in some way, shape or form. You go back to the first game of the season away against Newcastle, and, you know, on his debut, I think he played 8 or 9 minutes, and you're thinking, well, what's he going to bring? And knocked down some shots, made some plays. And you thought, well, here's a kid that has a chance to be the breakout British player of the season, and he's carried that on.
Yeah, 6th man of the year. They've made that a popular thing, haven't they? Oh, in the NBA they'd have for sure.
Oh, he's got a steal as well. Has Stewart wide open, sets his feet. He doesn't get the bounce.
Yeah, Aitor Rock had 20.
Goes with the spin, throws it straight to Stewart.
20 in Plymouth game. That's what he had.
And that's turned over as well. One or two Gladiators asking the question about unsportsmanlike. The referees, I think, are going to have a conversation as to which side of the line it is. Let's have a look. Idle Rock and Stewart, one from behind, one from in front. I think it might just be the right side of the line, but it's close. Oh, it is an unsportsmanlike foul that's called. So it'll be 2 shots and possession. It's very close because it's in transition. It's whether Idle Rock coming in from the side is not making a basketball play and coming from the side in transition. There's 3 or 4 different ways you can get called for an unsportsmanlike foul. One is too hard, it wasn't that. One is if you're the last man in from the side or from behind.
Or if you don't make a
and one
clean...
is not a clean basketball play, basically.
Yeah.
Second one bobbles out, but they will get possession of the ball. And he will get a much-deserved breather. He's played more minutes than anybody else in the game.
And Whelan will come in, scorer for scorer.
I suppose also on 3 fouls, so just trying to manage that through. Patrick in trouble. Getting there late in the shot clock. It's going to have to be a heave from distance for more, and that's a shot clock violation as a result. But I think that's the first shot clock violation they've had, but I can't remember how many they've had that have been very close to a shot clock violation.
Yep.
And they've had to heave something up.
Yeah, and it's like they don't know what's on the clock, and part of being, you know, an offensive player, you've got to be aware of what the shot clock is on.
Idle Rock steps back to 3. Wow. He's killing these percentages now. I've only missed 4 coming into this game. Is it 3 or 4 coming into this game? He's missed a couple from behind the arc. That one's deflected out of bounds.
He might be 12 for 16 on his season average so far.
It's good.
Well, easy score there for Paliza. They're still just about in striking distance here, Caledonia. If they can get something of an offensive run going. Sheffield haven't got away from them, even when they've been on top. Here's Stewart getting to the rim, high off the glass for 2.
Incredible finish from him. Another little hezzy. And then, like you said, high off the glass.
Jovcic gets 2 right back.
Great answer. His time's ticking down. Here's the last offensive possession for Sheffield.
Allen ticking it down, looking to attack. Tough shot, knocks it down right on the buzzer of the 3rd quarter. And the Sheffield Sharks will head into the 4th quarter with a double-figure lead. We will have the final 10 minutes of the game right after this break.
One hand, and Wang just threw it down hard.
Another pump fake for him. He's got lots of room, Johnson. Oh, Taj Green! Hello!
just followed his point guard and smashed the ball in before anyone else could react.
Jordan Johnson gets in, puts the kernel in the pot. Taj Green, kaboom! Jaron Holmes, one-on-one with Defoe and swiped away by Taj Green. Now they're pushing forward. McGill! Oh, what a block! Caleb Asprey, lock and key.
This is a basket-saving block. Asprey comes across clean as you like off the backboard.
Let's take the stage higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to the Cannon Medical Arena, where the home fans loving life right now. Winners on debut last week and winning here through 3 quarters against the Caledonia Gladiators. Daniel Routledge, Zania Stewart with you, and Gareth Murray with some work to do with his team here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, a lot of work, and it's a Sunday fun day for these fans, but for me, it's been Sheffield Sharks have been incredible at their new home. They're trying to be 2-0. Doing everything right.
Inside to Cook, nice little pump fake, but blocked from behind. Foul is called. Referee slapping the back of his head to signal that was why the foul was called. I think the ball might have been clean, but whether he went over the top, let's see. You're the big, not me. What's
I'm
your
saying
view
I
on
wouldn't
that?
call that.
No.
I think that was great timing.
It's good positioning from Cook, but, well, then your response there is ball don't lie, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. But Cook's free throw needs a little work.
He's got a slightly strange action. He also steps forward. I think a few times there, he's probably lane violated there, because you're not allowed to step over the line into the key. It never gets called, almost never gets called. There was a famous incident in the World Cup in the summer, which actually wasn't a lane violation, even though it looked like one.
Yeah.
But Cook, there was it's the way he shoots, he sort of steps over. The referees don't seem to pick him up on it. Here's, oh, that's tough for Butterick through the key. I guess there is that thing of, is he gaining any advantage? But it's in the rules. You know me, I'm a stickler for the rules.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, for me, rules are made to be broken.
To be massaged into place, is that what it is?
I like to break the rules. You're a law-abiding citizen.
Oh, Sheffield are certainly enjoying themselves at the minute. Up 15 into the 4th quarter, trying to expand on that advantage. Pipkins with the spin. Whelan's gone down. I don't know if it was a knee on knee or that is a big concern if it's a serious injury. It might just be shin on shin. It might just be an impact thing. Let's hope it is.
Let's have a look at this, because this might have been a high, maybe a little roll, kind of a kick of a foot, and it just tweaked.
Well, he's going to hobble out. Obviously, they're going to Romania this week. They play on Wednesday against CSO, and he's a big part of what they do. And they could ill afford him to be injured. Of course, he played Champions League qualifier for Leicester last year, having been injured on Great Britain duty, and wasn't really up to it. And they wouldn't want a similar thing happening here because of how important he is.
Ian comes right to the rescue.
Stewart. Martina, Cook. Shot clock getting low for Sheffield here. Cook's going to take it. Why not? Just shoot the long jumper instead.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want as an offensive player. Nobody's open. You see the clock running down. Why not? He's got that in his repertoire.
Jovicic backs out. looking to attack, trying to create some room, fires up from the free throw line and strings it. A little shrug to the referee as well, as if he felt he was fouled in all of that. The referee not interested. Here's Pipkins to the fall-away tough shot.
Tough done. I am enjoying Pipkins. We haven't spoken about him much. You know, didn't score a lot, but knows how to.
Well, that is going to be a foul on the shot. Palisa challenged by Stewart, not given the landing space, but here's
Look at this.
Pipkins.
The Jordans.
He's got a nice little fadeaway, and to be fair, DeBose has done a reasonable job there, challenging that shot. I'm not sure he could do much more than that. That's just good offense beating good defense. Well, when you're behind by 15 in the fourth quarter, you need the free throws to go in.
For me, it's the arena noises when they miss. They're so funny. The last one he just missed, they said, That put me off as a player. In my
Really?
opinion. Yeah,
you
sometimes.
listen to that.
I'm like,
You're supposed to
no,
just block it out, aren't you?
Pick on me. Or you just make all your free throws, right?
Yeah,
Listen.
make all your free throws. It's not a problem. There's a lane violation. I think it is called on Cook. Somebody stepped into the key before the ball. For the rebounders, you're not allowed to enter the key until the ball has left the hand of the shooter. But for the shooter, it's till the ball hits the rim. And he makes the retake. Fraser Malcolm checking back into the action for the Gladiators, one of their Scottish contingent. Pipkins. Little hesitation, driving in, throws it up high. That's a goaltend. DeBose slapped the board, and that will count.
Basket is good.
You're not allowed to interfere with the, once the ball's up in the air, you're not allowed to interfere in any way with the backboard, the net, or the rim, and he slapped the backboard. Ooh, it's stolen away. Allen's on his own, wisely recycles out, and says we're going to play. It's a good, sensible play, that. Throws it out to Ramsey for three. Moore doing a good job to keep Cook on his back and make sure the Gladiators come away with the ball. Buttrick running into Cook. It's going to be an offensive foul. Well, you may not have one of the jerseys, but you've got the signals there, Zania. That was a good charge signal he gave.
Thank you very much. I knew it was coming. Look, Cook sets his feet, takes the hit. And it's the right call. May as well get the referee jersey and a whistle. They always say players make good referees, but I'm not sure about that.
There's a few of them in the league who played at various different times. John Paul Heron, one of our officials tonight, played for Sunderland. It might have been Newcastle. I can't remember which time in the history of the club it was, but either side. And it's thrown into the backcourt and will be a backcourt violation.
Timeout has been
6.5 minutes to go. 74-59 the score here in favor of Sheffield, and Caledonia just haven't quite had enough offense really to make a big run in this game. They're going to have to find it in the 6.5 minutes that remain in this contest. Don't forget, this is the first of a double header today. We'll be back at 6 p.m. for the Northwest Derby as Cheshire Phoenix host the Manchester Giants. Join Azania and myself for that
Double
one.
action for us.
Double action for us. And then Monday night basketball as well. London Lions against Newcastle Eagles. That's 7:30 on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. You won't miss a second of the action. And then next Friday, the Sharks in action here again, taking on the London Lions. I'm sure all of these fans will be back for that. You can keep up with all the action on the YouTube channel, watching all of the highlights and Inside the Paint. I think, you know, what we need on Inside the Paint, we need Zania Stewart doing reffing a game or doing a referee's course or something. I think that would be good content.
Oh, maybe. I do.
Just speaking and putting it out there into the ether for the content people to pick up on now.
When I commentate for FIBA, I actually joined the referees in their training camp.
Did you?
Yeah, one to, you know, stay in shape.
Yeah.
But also to learn more of the rules.
Okay. So this is content that has legs here. I think this is something we need to set this up.
Well, now being, you know, retired and on the other side, referees go through a lot of, you know, they go through training, they go through testing and everything. It's quite a tough job.
Yeah, it's not an easy gig, but you know, you become really good at Zany, you can go all around Europe. There's a backdoor cut from Ramsey, can't finish. I think for Wednesday night, you could be going to Paris or Milan to do a basketball game. Nice finish from Ramsey. He'll go to the line for a bonus one.
Do you know what's hard about being a referee? You've still got to run up and down the court.
You still got to be fit. It's not an easy gig. As well as knowing all of the rules, you've still got to keep up with some supreme athletes.
And supreme indeed. Ramsey getting hit across the face and makes his way to the line and gets a soft roll for his three-point play.
And Sheffield's lead is out to 8 off the back of 5 unanswered points here. Buttrick knocks down the 3. They needed that. It's only their 4th of the game. Here's Cook. Out to Nichols. Room for Pipkins, and he strings the 3 and takes the lead back out to 18.
And it's like Caledonia finally get their offense.
Ooh, stolen away again. Pipkins with it. He takes it to underneath the rim with the circus finish, and Sheffield have their biggest lead of the game.
I was going to say, Caledonia gets an answer. They try and get a defensive stop, but Sheffield comes right back.
Foul is called.
And there is fast break points, 18 for Sharks.
82-62, Sheffield lead this, 4:58 to go in the 4th. We'll have the conclusion right after this.
You put the work in, everyone knows you deserve it. They must be blind like curtains, certain anything you got, you've earned it. Sky's the limit, it's reachable. Just jump high, it's achievable. Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Couple minutes, gotta score. Every time they wanna clash, the winner's kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
welcome back to Sheffield. Jalen Pipkins heating it up here in the fourth quarter, knocking down the three, then running back a layup as they got their offense flowing. The Bows makes the first of 2 free throws. You were saying we needed to see a little bit more from Jalen Pipkins. He hadn't scored as many as he normally does, but he certainly picked it up here in the fourth.
Yeah, he definitely heard me, and now he's leading all scorers for the Sharks, sitting at 13 points after that 3 and that razzle-dazzle layup by him.
But it's one of those things that we see a lot from the Sharks is Nichols will take it right to the rim and lay it in. Nichols is now in double figures. Ramsey has 11, Pipkins has 13, Allen has 10, Adekoya has 11, Cook has 9. It's spread throughout the team. They don't need somebody to score 30 to win basketball games.
Yeah, they're sharing the ball. They're giving up good shots for better shots. And it's just becoming overwhelming for Caledonia. I felt like they haven't controlled this game pretty much from tip. There it is. Thank you very much. 13 points from Pipkins. Like you said, Ramsey, the whole team have done wonderful for Sheffield Sharks. And then also that 36 points off of the bench.
Well, that really set them up, didn't it? The bench unit came in and got things going. Jovicic using his foot to stop it. The starters have picked it up since then. There was a spell, I think it was the first 39 points, 20 of them had come from the bench, if memory serves. They really set things going. Here's Ramsey, little hesitation to the fall away, and that's way off the mark.
Too quick for himself there, Ramsey.
I think that's a scoreboard shot. You're up 20, you don't mind taking that one. In a 2-point game, you might look for a better option. Jovicic for 3. And there's a foul called against Nichols.
Coach Lyons is asking for a kick out by the offensive player. Let's have a look. Potentially. Let's have a look.
Referee Stewart.
Well, they say that the
it is something that there is something. It is something that's the point of emphasis this year about the closeout, particularly on a 3-point shot, to make sure you give them the space
to land.
And but it is also something they're looking at is to make sure that there isn't any erroneous contact calls either way. But they are obviously more focused on the shooter because the shooter is in a vulnerable position when they're up in the air.
Yeah, but you're right. They are watching for the offensive player to see if they kick out or make it look like, you know, that it's going to be a foul for them. But they're all over it, and he makes his free throws.
4 minutes to go here at the Cannon Medical Arena. Sheffield looking to make it 2-0 in this building. Ramsey with the rebound. Ramsey, oh, he's almost slipped out of his hands, and that's out of bounds for a Caledonia ball.
Yeah, and Ramsey says that as he goes, ooh, can feel it, because that was a wonderful rebound, a second effort. Look at this, jumps out of the air, just slips out of his hand, you're right.
Hodgic. Stolen away, not quite by Nichols. Jovicic open for 3. Off the mark. Ball batted about up in the air. Ramsey falls over. And he threw it off his foot. And therefore, it's going to be possession. Did he injure himself as he went down? He looked like he went down in an awkward sort of way. He's back to his feet now. Let's see. Oh, it's just the collision, isn't it? And you can see he just threw it off his foot. And he's going to just get his breath back and sit down. Well, there's a little perspiration on the floor being wiped up. Sheffield not really a happy hunting ground for the Gladiators or the Rocks previously. Tiber Lions. The Sharks are 41-13 at home against the Scottish franchise. In fact, They came into the league in 1998, the old Rocks. It took them till 2012 to win a league game away at Sheffield. Won a couple of knockout games, but not league play. So this is not out of character with the history of these two teams meeting in the Steel City. Martino under pressure draws the foul. First foul of the game on Carl Jimenez. Martino at the free throw line. Of course, we've been talking about Sheffield and their spread offense, all the guys they've got in double figures or very close to it. As the person who has to pick player of the game, that doesn't make life easy for you, Azania.
It doesn't. There's a lot of guys in double digits who have played solidly. I'm going towards more Pipkins, but Adekoya also has had a wonderful game. He's 11 points, 4 from 4 from the floor.
I'm going to throw Ramsey in there with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists as well as Azania. Just want to make this a bit more difficult for you. Slap down from Nichols there will send Ali Hodgic to the free throw line. I mean, he's not shot the ball very well, Ramsey, to be fair, but the other numbers are good.
No, you're right. Let me look at plus minus. Pipkins 11 and Adekoya 13. Oh, this is a difficult one.
Yeah. Oh, Ali Hodgic at the free throw line. Big week for the Gladiators, as I say. They get their FIBA Europe Cup campaign underway on Wednesday. And while he would have hoped for a better result going into that game than the one that is 2 minutes and 43 seconds away from being in the books.
Yikes. Ali Hodgic just needs to keep his head straight and his follow through. A bit more straighter on that free throw. If I give him a little coaching tip.
Well, I'm just wondering, in between your refereeing, are you going into free throw coaching
I'm a
as
woman
well?
of many talents.
Is Adekoya, who's a man of many talents, Euro-stepping his way to the finger roll.
Well, I was going to give it to Pipkins, man of the match, but right now Adekoya is saying, Azania, what about me?
He's certainly, if you think back to when the game was being broken open, Adekoya was a big part of that as well. We talked about the bench. I'm just stirring here, just making it difficult for you.
Stirring drama, aren't you?
I am. Here he is, Adekoya, with a great assist to the finger roll of Kipper Nichols.
I'm not helping my highlights guy who's got to cut up the man of the match, player of the match. This is difficult. Can you help me a little bit?
I would. It's above my pay grade decisions like that, I'm afraid.
Okay. Do you know what? Because of this, I'm sorry guys, Adekoya, look at this, Euro step and the left-hand finish. He is 5 from 5 from the floor. He's played wonderful. He's shot a three-point shot. He's won 100% from there. He's also got a rebound. I am sorry. This is my man of the match today and came off the bench. I don't need your help. I'll make my decision today. That man right there on your screen is player of the game.
Player of the game is subject to change in the next 1 minute and 54 seconds.
Winding me up.
The value of player of the game can go up as well as down.
No, I'm sticking to my choice.
Here's Patrick, nowhere to go. Out to Baldwin. This is Baldwin's first action of the season underneath, and he's able to lay it in. It is the first trip onto court for Baldwin, who of course played here for Sheffield before joining the Gladiators. Stewart. Michael Rock spinning, strong, nice finish.
Strong finish by Michael Rock. Also picked him at the top of the game. A solid bench player, does his job, sticks to his role. he's in his lane.
Buttrick knocks down the 3. And that's more about trimming the margin of defeat rather than anything else. Trying to keep it under 20 into the final minute. Sharks fans starting the celebration formation here. It's been a really good performance from their team, and they've pretty much handled the business from start to finish in this one. Buttrick driving into the key and just filling up his stats at the end.
But a little too late, in my opinion. Sheffield have led this game, and as the crowd gets into it, well done from them this afternoon.
Kickball there. Shame it's not the old rules where that would have put 24 seconds on the clock and they could have then dribbled it out, but they will have to shoot here, Sheffield. Referee's just checking with the table, I think, on a clock issue. They are going to reset the 14 as trailed.
What's the signal? It's the little swirl around with one finger.
Yes, the little circular finger.
With the pointing finger. Is this the pointer?
Index.
Index, thank you very much.
Montgomery, can he get on the score sheet to cap it off? Well, he might get his chance here from the free throw line.
Liam Duggan, you're the winner of our Sharks Rewards, a free hoodie for you. Find Mike Tuck at the end of the ball game.
Montgomery looking for his first points of the season. And finding the bottom of the net.
And what's so nice about that is everyone who's played today has scored. And that's a wonderful stat when you can go to your bench and your starting 5. Everyone does their job and everyone scores. Great team win by Sheffield Sharks.
Everybody feels happy then, don't they? Jovicic is going to try and get one last score on the board, and he will knock down a 3, but that will do it. Or will it? Will they go for one more score? Points difference could come into effect at some point in the dim, dark future, but it's just dribbled out, and Sheffield Sharks and Atiba Lions very happy with life in this new building. 2 games played, 2 comfortable wins.
Lions are coming though.
And you're sticking with Jabril Adekoya just before he gets, that's
yes.
our player of the game. Just had to check that before we put the graphic in. 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. A good defensive display as always from Adekoya, but it wasn't a one-man show. There was it was actually a difficult decision to be made because they had so many good contributions, the Sharks.
Wonderful contributions. Thank you very much. Pipkins was my second guy. There he is with the towel wrapped around. He was 13 points. Obviously, Ramsey was lovely as well today, and Idle Rock with 8 points in 20 minutes. Wonderful team effort to keep their home court 2-0 for them.
A difficult day for the Gladiators. Didn't shoot the ball very well. Missed 15 three-point attempts, but a big week for them now. They've got to pick themselves up and head off to Romania in the midweek.
Yeah, you have to bounce back really quick when you lose, but you know they've got to. Here's the stats, but you know, you do have scout. You can go back, watch video individually and as a team, but here are the stats. 21 turnovers is the huge number that sticks out, especially that they've got to turn around and play in Europe. They've got to clean that up.
22 points for Sheffield off those 21 turnovers. By comparison, just 4 points off the 10 turnovers that Sheffield missed, which is a big difference in it, as well as the fact they shot better from all 3 distances for the Sheffield Sharks. Well, an excellent win here for Sheffield. Let's have a look at all of the results this week. Thursday night, Caledonia were the winners on that occasion, 99-83. Riders beat the Scorchers and London beat Cheshire on Friday night. Last night, Bristol 3-0 in the Southwest Derby, a big win down in Plymouth, and Manchester knocking off the Riders 94-80. One more game to go today. Cheshire and Manchester join Azania and I at 6 o'clock tip-off for that one. And don't forget, Monday night basketball, London Lions, Newcastle Eagles, 7:30 start on the British Basketball YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. And this is what it's done for the league table. Sheffield up to third level on record with the Bristol Flyers, both 4 and 3. And for the Gladiators, they drop down now to 5th place with 3 wins and 2 defeats. And well, Jabril Adekoya and the Sheffield Sharks looking really good today. Dominated this one from start to finish, Azania.
Yeah, I think, like you said, from the start, and that was so important. They imposed their will on the defensive end and then found it really easy. And every guy, I could have picked pretty much anyone on the starting 5 or the bench to be the player of the match.
Well, don't forget to join us a little later on 6 p.m. tip-off for the Northwest Derby. Azania and I will be here for Cheshire against Manchester. We hope you are too. But for now, goodbye.